Today, we are going to break down the law of control. And this is one of those laws that personally have really impacted me personally and many of my clients. When I do a lot of coaching, I have developed a system in a way that I expose my clients to practice these laws, this particular law in their business. There are uh, um, this law is an incredible blessing when you master how to use it. And I pray that after this session, you will have a complete understanding on how to practice this law in your life, in your career, in your business, and begin to influence certain things for your own good and for your own growth. I can categorically tell you that some of the failures you have had in the past, some of them were not because they were above your ability to make that success happen, but because you missed out on the law of control. The law of control focuses on the fact that you feel good about yourself to the degree which you feel that you are in control of your own life. You feel good about yourself to the degree to which you also feel that you are in control of your own life. You begin to feel good about yourself because you understand that there are certain things that you control. You control. And the reverse of the law says that we tend to feel negative about ourselves to the degree to which we feel we are not in control of our own lives, or that we are controlled by other people and circumstances. Every human being can either choose to be in control or not to be in control. And this is where God also comes in, because God has given the human spirit the ability to make choices. That's why, despite that God is all powerful, all knowing, all great, almighty, all of these things, but he still gives you a choice. Will you like to be committed to his kingdom or not? This alone is a lot of power, and that can reveal a lot of things to us. And to understand the power of the law of control, there are people that I know who are atheists, who don't believe that God exists. They believe in the power of self, who are still successful, who are still successful. So they are capitalizing on the small power that God has already given us humans. Every human being commands a certain level of power in their human spirit. All of us, we do. That's why there are certain things that when you understand the deepness of your human spirit and the power that you control, there are certain things that you control in your life without even disturbing God. That's why there's this great man of God. I read the story whereby he was confronting witches in his town, Bishop Benson, Archbishop Benson Idahuza. And some witches, that thing was broadcast on YouTube or was broadcasted on television. And the witches in that town, witches and wizards in that town, wanted to have a national witchcraft meeting. And they went on TV and announced that the meeting is going to hold. And Archbishop Benson Idahuza went on TV and said that meeting will not hold. Then the chief wizard of that national witchcraft convention went on TV and said that even if God himself calms down and try to stop this meeting, the meeting will still hold. Now, here's where I'm going to. Here's where the focus is. Benson Idahuza made a very powerful sentence. He said, God does not need to calm down while I am here. Do you understand that? That's a very powerful statement. That is somebody who understands the kind of power that he commands, even as a human himself, and based on his connection to a God. He said, God does not need to calm down. I am already here. There are some things in our lives that we leave it and we leave it to chance. We leave it to sometimes God's will. We leave it to many things. And God is like, this thing I have revealed to you, this thing like that, it is your responsibility. That's why one of the most powerful things that you need to know how to do is know the things that are within your power for you to do and the things that you're supposed to allow God to do. Many of us have allowed many things that we should be doing in the name of it is God's will. Or, I'm waiting for God to do this. Like imagine somebody now not waking up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. to study and do the right things to advance their life, and they keep blaming their mental dullness on God, that, oh, it's not God's will for me yet to be intelligent or to study. You see, so they consistently become lazy year in, year out, but they're praying for open doors. But God is like, I expect you to control this. I've put you in charge of this. That's why even the Bible says in Genesis, where the Bible says, I have put you in charge of the garden. Come on, guys, that is too big. There are many things that you are waiting on God. Meanwhile, He has already put you in charge and has even empowered you to get it done. And you may not need this permission because He already gave you the permission, and maybe you are too busy to understand or discern that this is what you've got to do. After this session, some people you have to rise up and take control of your life. Your life has been so loose, and that's why you don't feel good about yourself. You feel as if everything around you is responsible for where you are. You start feeling negative about yourself because you feel that your life is controlled by other people and other circumstances. And you feel bad about yourself. It's like somebody gets to complain that, oh, I am 20 years and I'm old and above. My parents are not respecting me that I am an adult. They are just treating me the one that should just be in the house and do that. Okay, yes, that's what they're doing, but what are you controlling? What kind of actions are you taking? Now, I was talking to somebody and she was like, I think she was what, 26? And she was giving all kinds of complaints. And I said, you know what? Go. You already had the money to transfer to be from the house, and she keep telling, oh, parents will do that, all of that, all of that. I said, you know what? You want to take control of your life, you've got to move. There are certain times that there's a certain age that you reach to take control of your life, and disobedience becomes legal in the family. Do you understand that? So we need to be very careful. If you feel that you personally make the decisions that determine the direction of your life, you are considered to have an internal locus of control. If you are that kind of person, that you have reached the level where you personally make the decisions that determine the direction of your life, you are considered to have an internal locus of control. And let me tell you, this is one of the best decisions that can happen to you. It will change the course of your life. It will change a lot about you. I always say that one of the best things that ever happened to me, that when I left house, when I left Kumbu, left the family that I was going for high school, lower seat in Bamenda, I have never gone back home. 2070 date, I have never gone back home. I collected my life. There are some things that I'm not saying, I did not read this by then. It's just maybe, I don't know whatever directed me to do that, but I've never gone back home. I'm supposed to say, oh, how we're going to sort my life out, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. Well, sometimes when you understand your state of life, you understand your state of things, you stop waiting for permission. You take control of your life and move ahead. You take control of your business, of your career, and move ahead. Stop waiting for permission. Many of us are still performing below our potentials, not because that is what God designed and destined for us. It is because we are still focusing on external locus of control. What does that mean? It means that you feel that your boss, your family, your friends, your childhood, your experiences, your health, if all of these things control you, or they force you to do things that you don't want to do. They force you, they stop you from really doing what you want to do. It means you have external locus control. Your life is not straight. And people like this, when you sit back in your room alone, you are not proud of yourself. You feel discouraged. You feel that something is holding you back. It's as if they're dragging you back. You take 2 steps ahead and then you take 10 steps behind. Because you have given your life for external things to control you. I was telling somebody, see, there comes a time in your life, I'm saying this and reflecting it back to family, because in an African setting, family hold us back so badly. And they do that with the mindset that they're caring for you. With the mindset that, oh, they care about you, they don't want you to be to this and all of that. There comes a time whereby for you to manifest at a certain level, you have to be rebellious. Yeah, rebellious for good reasons. I'm not saying you go and rebellious and say you want to go and pack from your family house, go and live with your boyfriend, or pack go and live with that and be stubborn and go live with friends who are scammers. Or that's not good rebellion. That's bad rebellion. Now you deserve to be arrested, right? So, but what I'm saying is, there's some moments where you say, okay, you know what? I've got to take control of my life. I have to refuse that my friends will no longer control me. Family will no longer control me. They can advise me, but they cannot control me. I will refuse that my present family background will not determine the things I'm going to start doing. I have to be in charge of my life. You've got to become an independent thinker, and you've got to become an independent executioner. That may be the thing that may change your financial life. That may be the thing that may change your career. And we are in a different dispensation than our parents. Our parents grew up in a more controlled environment. They did not grow up knowing Facebook. They did not grow up knowing COVID-19. They did not grow up knowing Zoom. They did not grow up knowing many things. But we are in a different dispensation whereby a lot of things are happening so fast. And if they want to control you, like the way they grow up in this kind of dispensation, they will keep you decades behind your own destiny. That's why there are many things that when you do, they will not understand. Even like today, my mother doesn't know what I do, the kind of work I do. She doesn't understand how I have money because she doesn't think that is kind of the kind of work that this kind of work exists, because she did not grow with that kind of mentality or that kind of experience. So imagine how she was trying to control me that, oh, don't do this and don't do that, all of that. She would totally help me to miss out on my calling or miss out on my profession and miss out on many things. So some people, this is a strong message for you. You may have to pull out. You may have to stretch and make a very strong move that will benefit you for a very long time. People with internal locus of control, that is people who control, who take actions, who think independently and take charge of their own life, are those who feel that they are behind the wheels of their own lives. And these kind of people who are in control experience low stress and high performance abilities. They are high performance personalities and they experience low stress. Absolutely. When you're always in charge of your life, like for example, you control your sleep. You control whether you want to go out and hang out or not. You control whether you want to drink alcohol or not. You control every single thing in your life. Every single thing in your life. By default, you are a high performer. By default, you will perform in a higher dimension regarding your career and your business. When I took charge, when I mastered the law of control and I took charge of certain things around my life, a lot of things changed. By default, that's why I don't struggle to become a high performer. I don't. I don't struggle to become a high performer because it's as if I always know what to do at the right time that is critical for my career at that particular time. You've got to be in control. Take charge of your sleeping life. Don't leave it loose. Don't leave it aimless. Don't leave it without some certain level of control. My body is under control. My body knows that you are supposed to sleep 4 hours. When it's 4 hours, whether I feel like waking up or not, shut the hell up and get up, because I have to control that part. It is not more than 4 hours. And there was a time it was 3 hours. From 2011 to 2016, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And it was under strict control. Same for alcohol. Since 2012, December 23rd, alcohol has never stepped in my mouth, and it will never happen, because that part is strictly, I control, I'm on the wheel on that particular part. I can give you many examples. And this kind of control now helps you to cut out some distractions you don't struggle to do it. You don't struggle to do it. You become by default a high performer because you are in charge of your life. You have control of certain things that cut out certain things automatically. By default, I am a high performer mentally. By default, I am a high performer in the work that I do. By default, I am one of the best in the industry that I work in. Many things just start functioning from a high performance ability or dimension. And you begin to have low stress because you don't allow external things to, many of us are stressed because we allow external things to stress us. You go drink and get drunk, you come back at 3 a.m., you're tired, you get stressed up for the rest of the day, you allow friends to control you up and down, at the end they backstab you, at the end they cheat on you, they do funny things on you. You begin to feel stress unnecessarily. You spend money carelessly, the next day you are broke, you feel stressed that you don't have money. You can no longer buy things that make sense for your life because you cannot control yourself on how you're going to spend your money. You do not discipline yourself and break down the money into core things that are critical. You did things to impress your village people, to impress your family people, to impress your friends. And now you're in the room alone and you're stressed. And when you're stressed, you cannot be a high performer when you're stressed. Some people excitedly could not control their life and they dropped out of school, or they did not continue with a BSc after having HND, they did not continue with a master's after having a BSc. They did not control that part of their life. It's not easy. You have to control it when you make certain things happen. Some people, you started a business, you did not make 6 months in it, you don't make 1 year in it, you aimlessly just allow the business, it's not going, the business is not working, you aimlessly forgot about the business, you die down, no enthusiasm, now you're stressed because you have lost the small savings you had, no savings, no business, no money, you are just existing. Because you could not control your emotions and keep seeking better ways to make that business work. Because you could not control your mind and your discipline to stay in that business for at least 3 to 4 years. No business gains balance in a year, even in 2 years. It takes very few businesses. You see, so many things have become funny around our lives, and then at the end you're still praying, asking God, and God is like, look, I gave you power to do this. I put you in charge of this, but come on, you've been messing up. You have been totally messing up. You have been underperforming. You have not been in charge. You have not been dominating. You have been giving excuses and blaming people unnecessarily. You are not in charge. You are not in control of what I've put you to do. How do you want me to bless you now? That's why, like under the mentorship program, when they start doing their mentorship activities, they start having control of their lives and they start recording some results that we are not there previously. Is somebody noticing that they have been responsible where they are today and they left a lot of things and they missed the law of control? Anybody? Indicate in the chat box. Okay, I hope there's some repentance. Okay, more than 25 years of research in this field has concluded that a sense of control is absolutely essential for you to perform at your best. A 25 years old research finally settled with the conclusion that when you have a sense of control, you by default perform at your best. And that is why goals are important. Goals allow you to control the direction of change. Goals allow you to control the direction of change in your life. One of the best ways to be in control of your life is for you to have priority goals. Is for you to have a structured daily life, either in your business place, in your office, in your career, wherever you find yourself, have a structured life. You will be in control. I have seen the benefit of having a structured life. I have had a structured life consistently since 2012. There are things I can never do because my life is already structured that it kicks out that particular distraction. It can never happen. It can never. Where will I have time to go sit in a beer parlor? Even just to sit and hang out and others drink while I'm watching and they were talking. It's never going to happen. It's difficult because the life is too structured that there's no space for that. How will I just sleep and be lazy and 5 a.m. ever meet me in bed? 4 a.m. will meet me in bed. How? It is structured that is not permitted to happen. How will I be that for 1 month I don't have a significant testimony in my life? Oh no, it's not possible. Because my life is so structured to always be in high performance status that by default, there's always a major career testimony every month. Because there are things I do every day to make sure that I maintain a certain productive lifestyle because I am in control of my life. So there are some things that by default, but I know that they have not born that demon or that devil or that witch that can control it for me. That's why I will see, you know that if those are speaking that the highest kind of person that witches and wizards fear is a courageous and bold person. Somebody who knows what to do. They're so afraid of that kind of person. So guys, it's got to rise up. Make sure you take charge of your life. Goals assure you that change in your life is predominantly in the direction you want to go. Yes, goals and control assure you that the change in your life is predominantly in the direction that you want to go. You want to go. You want to go. That's why they always say that your will should be in God's will. So when you understand God's will, it becomes your responsibility to create your own will from it and begin to initiate change. God will not come and initiate change for you. That is your responsibility. Goals give you control over the critical elements of your life. Yes. What are the critical elements to you? Is it finance? Is it relationships? Is it a career? Is it business? Whatever. Goals around this area gives you control over these critical areas. Goals give you a greater sense of personal power and well-being. Controlled change leads inevitably to greater achievement than uncontrolled change. Yeah. A controlled lifestyle leads inevitably to a greater achievement than an uncontrolled lifestyle. Do you want to start manifesting a unique set of achievements for the next couple of years, for the next couple of months, start practicing a controlled lifestyle. By working every day towards the accomplishment of your most important goals, you virtually guarantee that you will feel better and accomplish more than if you didn't. Yeah, when you work every day under controlled atmosphere, under a controlled lifestyle, accomplishment by default begin to manifest. To take control of your life, you must begin by taking control of your mind. That's why I believe that this teaching is penetrating your mindset and helping you readjust certain things that you have been leaving to chance. There should be some level of change. Your ability to think the thoughts you want, your ability to think the thoughts you want and to determine the goals and results you desire is the starting point of all happiness and high attainment. Follow that carefully. Your ability to think the thoughts that you want, you have to control your thoughts. Your ability to determine the goals and the result you desire, that is you sitting down every day, every week, and writing out and determining clearly the goals that you desire is the starting point of all high attainment and the starting point of your personal happiness. That is why successful, happy people make a habit of thinking and talking only about the things they want. Yeah. Successful and happy people make it a habit of thinking and talking only about the things they want to see happen. They talk only about the results they desire to see manifest. They talk only about the goals they want to achieve, nothing else. Like some people really sit and you're talking about another person. I'm not even talking in the sense of honoring the person, celebrating the person for who they are or for the things that they're doing. You are talking to bring down the person. Negative gossips. How do you make time with things like that? Really? How do you make times to just sit and talk about how bad Cameroon is, how bad Africa is? You're just you don't focus on thinking and talking about the things that you want to start manifesting in your own life. In your own life. Something is wrong with you. You're missing out on something very essential in your life. You're missing out. You're seriously missing out. And that is not good. That is not good. So from today, my charge for you, my charge for all of us, take control. Take control of your life. Don't allow external things to control your life for you. Be in charge of it. Be in charge of it. Always ask yourself, what can I do humanly possible to advance my life forward? Don't just be lax like that. Don't just be lazy. Don't just be sitting. Don't just sit and expect God to do a magical miracle. That would never happen. It will never happen. That is why unsuccessful people, unhappy people, unfortunately, spend most of their time thinking and talking about what they don't want. And because of this, the laws of belief, the laws of expectation, the laws of attraction, the laws of correspondence, whatever you think and talk about most of the time is going to appear to you in your life. That's why it's dangerous just to talk about anything. There's never been a day just chit-chatting anyhow. I'm not talking about things that if you attract them. Talk about things that when the law of attraction is initiated, you will be happy to attract those things in your life. Talk about things that when the law of correspondence is initiated, the things you were talking about manifest and make you happy. Talk about it. Think about it, guys. Think about it. It is going to be so powerful. You know, a few things have happened lately that these are things I used to write down and pray for and work hard towards, and I'm so happy. Yesterday, a company invited me. They're doing a continental event, 20,000 people, and they wanted to be one of the speakers in that event. I was so excited. One of the biggest digital companies in Africa. Super excited about that. Like, these are things I used to think about and wish, when is it going to happen? Yesterday, I received an email from Obama Foundation, President Obama's organization, from a senior staff. Oh, you know, we want you to lead a training with one of our people across Africa next month. I was like, really? Really, really, really super excited about that. Like, those are things, many of these things happening, and many more happening that I'm like, I used to just talk about it and wish about it. I'll tell my friends, guys, this is what I'm looking for. I can't wait for these things to happen. I can't wait for this to happen. And many of those things I used to tell them like a few years back, 3 years back, have happened like in the last 2 years. There is power when you take control of your destiny, people. Stop allowing things, don't allow bad governance to take control of your life. Don't allow the president and whatever the bad leadership that they're doing to take control of your life. Don't allow your family background to control your life. Don't allow those yeye friends you have around you to control your life. Don't allow one yeye boyfriend, yeye girlfriend who is not there to support you, even inspire you, even challenge you that, oh, please, can you join PPA to control your life? You're a very bad boyfriend and bad girlfriend or fiance or married person. If you're in PPA and you have family person is not there with you, or your person you're dating is not there with you, you are not supporting them in any way. How do you feel growing alone? All right, guys. In all, we've got to do something. We've got to do something when it comes to controlling our lives. It is so powerful. And remember that God has put you in charge. You are your own garden. You are your own garden. God created the garden and specifically said, I am putting man in charge of this garden. And even there's a place in the Bible, the angels are arguing with God. Who is man that you have put him in charge? That you have given him so much dominion. We don't know the kind of control that God has released into our hands. It is so powerful. Like, personally, see, there are some things that when I want to embark on it, I don't pray about it, actually. I say, I tell God, no, God, the anointing I have now will handle this one. I don't want to disturb you. I don't pray about it. I get it done. I just come and give thanksgiving. Oh, Lord, it was successful. Cool. And we continue to the next one. I don't pray about certain things again. No, I'll handle that one. The country I've given, I'll handle it on my own. That's the way I operate with many things. There are some things you don't, like, I was telling my pastor, I don't tell my pastor when I'm traveling out within Africa. Within Africa, I don't need prayer point for that, travel within Africa. There's no prayer point for that. That one I will handle it on my own. I don't need prayer to go and get visa. I will handle it on my own. I have been put in charge of that. There are many things when you understand the kind of power you control, you begin to exert that power and you get it done. You have a lot of power released into you. You have to take charge of these things and control them. If not, your life will be haphazard. Do you know that you can live a consistently good life? Do we know that? Yes. And it takes the law of control. You can live a consistently rising life. I am a typical example of that. My life consistently rises, consistently. And I guarantee you the law of control is one of the elements that helped me to do that. Career-wise, I consistently rise. Finances, I consistently rise. There's no dwindling. Like, okay, last year I was good. This year I am down. I am struggling. No, there's a consistent rise, and that is what is permitted to happen because that is what I'm controlling to happen. And I know people like that. I know more successful guys like that, who their lives, they're businesses are consistent. There's a consistent growth. There's a consistent growth. It doesn't mean there are no problems. No, there are problems. But there is a certain power that they now manifest and control when those problems happen. And they use those, they convert those into an energy that only produces better results for them. If you say live life that yesterday, last week you're happy, this week you're down, last week you're having a breakthrough, this you now stay like 4 months no breakthrough, something is wrong somewhere. There are certain things that you are not doing. God is a God of goodness. Even in your moments of training, God is giving you signs that you're in the right track. Do you know that? Yeah. Even in your wilderness, God gives you small manna. In your wilderness, there's no water. God shows you a rock that you go and hit this rock, you see small water. God gives you small signs. So that even him, God knows that if I don't give this one small sign, this one is going to give up. Even in your period of training, where you're still starting, where you're still training, you're going to see some small successes. It used to happen to me when I was still in Congo. I used to get small signs, small stuff. Like sometimes I'll try, God help me one open door once a year to go out of the country. Just one open door. I'll travel just once a year out of the country. Give you small signs. Small things. Sometimes somebody will pay me 50K to do something. Small sign. And then like after 3 months, nobody will pay me anything again. Right? While he was training me, he was teaching me, he was revealing, opening my mind to certain things. He was teaching me. That's why you don't need to undermine small things, good things happening to you. Don't just look them with normal eyes. Look them beyond. God is teaching you something. I remember one time, the first day that somebody ever paid me 100,000 francs for leading a session, I told myself, I said, if somebody can give me 100,000 francs, it means this thing can work. That was one thing that God used to teach me, that, look, I'm taking you somewhere. This thing can work. So use whatever is happening around you as you're controlling your life as lessons, as proof for a particular destination. If there's one thing that I want us to pick from here is, from today, nobody should live an aimless life. Even in the midst of chaos, look for what you can control and leave what you cannot control to God. As I keep telling you guys, as a human being, always make sure that anything that is humanly possible, do it. And then leave the things that only divinity can do to divinity. But before you are invoking divinity, check, have you committed your humanity to get it done? Don't be like many Christians, they will fast and pray for everything. Fast and praying for a job, they don't have a good CV. Fasting and praying for an open door, they don't have a passport. International open door, they have no passport. God will leave heaven and come and do CV for you. God will leave heaven and come and do passport for you. You are looking for a better job. You are looking for bigger platforms. You cannot read 15 books a year. God will leave and come and read the books for you. That is you, you controlling your life. I was telling my staff yesterday, I was telling them to read, and I was telling them that I know that they are not reading because their vocabulary is weak. One sign that you are growing internally and mentally is that how you talk changes. The strength of your vocabulary keeps increasing. There are some of you cannot talk for 30 minutes straight in good English. And that is a part of your life that you can control by studying, by becoming better. If they put a mic in front of you right now, you will not talk. But you are seriously desiring for the day that you want to stand on big platforms. And God is like, but the things I've put you in charge to do and take control of, you have not done it. So why do you expect me to do my own part? I am not a magician. God is a God of process. God is a God of process. We've got to take control of certain things. So from today, remember always that you are where you are and what you are because of yourself, because of your own choices and decisions. If you are not happy with your situation right now, if you are not happy with your life right now, it is up to you to make the different and better choices from today. Make the different choices. Make better decisions. Take control of your own life. That's why the last few years I've been so angry with mentees in the group. Many of them, I'm not seeing significant change, but the morning school, more than 60% of them, they are not attending. How do you want me to mentor you now when you can even attend basic trainings? And that's one of them, when I have a one-on-one with them, they start bringing some basic fundamental things that I've already handled in a training somewhere that they did not attend. And they're taking me weeks back, months. I don't like people who take me months back. I like people who are taking me ahead. Tell me this is where, okay, we did this last week. Okay, this is what I've done with it. This is what I'm advancing. So sometimes it's as if you expect to do some magical things before change begins to happen. You are responsible for where you are. I've given you examples, and you look at your life. Look at the things you have been having laissez-faire attitude around. Look at those things. Look at those things that begin to change. If you are here and you have been desiring bigger platforms and bigger things to do things and constant level of influence, and you are not taking charge to build yourself. Like, for example, the laziest person who is a successful man should read at least 20 books and above a year. And that's something you can take control of. You don't need God to come down and say, oh, my son, receive the promises without reading books. Are you okay with your life? Take control of your life. Stop going to places that are not important. Stop sleeping too much. You go to bed at 10, you wake up at 6. Are you competing with the dead? You're looking for a job. A month will pass. You have not applied for even one single volunteering position. Are you okay? You have an idea, you have a business idea, you have not started small somewhere. You are waiting for the day you want to start big, or you have all the money to start. Start from your house. Start from your house. Take control of your life, people. Because where you are is your absolute responsibility. Because even God himself has already released beautiful things for you. All right, people, that is it for today. We can take questions and comments, and then we'll round up for today.